Okay. Mm. Yesterday we discussed algorithm, right? So today we want to know some basic things about program, software, and what are the computer languages available. Okay, these things today we want to discuss. So first of all, what is a program? A program is a set of instructions instructing a computer to do specific task. So already we know what is meant by instruction. Okay, so instruction is nothing but when so you have to perform some specific task. That means if you want to perform, if you want to do a specific task, we have to follow so many instructions. Okay, so many instructions we have to follow. And software, what is meant by software? It is a generic term used to describe computer programs. So here simply software is nothing but collection of programs. Collection of programs. So scripts, applications, programs, and set of instructions, all terms are software. Okay, so simple thing. What is mean by program? What is mean by software? So next for see the programming languages. Programming languages. Computers cannot write programs on their own. See, as a human, we know what to do, but as a computer, they don't know what they have to do until human giving the instructions to the computer to perform a specific task. Okay, so whenever the user or human sitting in front of the system and he passed the instructions to the computer, so then only the system can take the instruction and perform some specific task. Okay, so we already know algorithm. Algorithm is nothing but sequence of steps involved to perform a particular task. Okay, so here one programming language is need in between computer and human. Computer and human. So one definitely one programming language existed for communication purpose. Okay, here a programming language is nothing but which is a language, computer language, engineered to communicate instructions to machine. Okay, so programs are created through programming languages to control the behavior and output of machine through accurate algorithms. So here programs, we are creating so many programs. How you are creating programs through programming language. Definitely you need to create a programs by using the programming language. So many programming languages available today. So which program you are in expert? So which program is you feel very comfortable? Choose that programming language for solving the particular problem. Okay. So today, so many programming languages are available, right? So if you want to create a program, definitely you need to know programming languages so that only you can able to write programs. How many, first of all, how many computer languages are there? How many computer languages are there? We have three types of computer languages. First one, in 1940s, machine level language. In 1950s, symbolic language. 1960s, high level language. See, first of all, see the machine level language. So it is developed in 1940s, and symbolic languages developed in 1950s. Okay, machine level. See the machine level language. Machine level language is nothing but which is a machine code. So which is also called as a low level computer language, which having zeros and ones only. So the machine can understand only zeros and ones. Okay, so these zeros and ones are not understandable by the human. The machine can only understand these zeros and ones format. For example, see the piece of code here, triple zero, 001, 001, 000, and 00 and 00. This is 16-bit representation. 16-bit representation, we are taking a binary format. Okay, only the binary form having only zeros and ones only. Okay, so this is not understandable by the human, but definitely the machine can understand this language. This is nothing but binary language. Okay, so after machine level language having some advantages and disadvantages also. Machine language having some advantages and disadvantages. First of all, see the advantage. What is the advantage of machine level language? The main advantage of machine language is it can run and execute very fast. Okay, it can run and execute very fast. How can you say it is very it can execute very fast? Because the code can be directly executed by the computer, and the programs efficiently utilize the memory, because machine level language having low level features means we are directly communicating with the registers and memory, directly working with the memory. So working processor is very fast through registers, and utilizing of memory is also very efficient, so that machine language is, we can execute machine language very quickly and fast. So what are the disadvantages of machine language? What are the disadvantages? See, machine language is almost impossible for humans because it having zeros and ones format. So it is impossible to read by the humans. But and machine language programs are very hard to maintain and debug also. Here debugging means if any error occurred during the program, so it is unrecoverable because the language is in the form of zeros and ones only, so it is very hard to debug also. And machine language has no mathematical functions available, and these memory locations are manipulated directly. Memory locations are directly manipulated through this language, and requiring the programmer to keep track of every memory location. So here programmer requirement is must while communicating with the low level features. So these are the disadvantages of machine level language. So that we are moving from machine level language to assembly level language. What is meant by assembly level language? So already we know machine level language, which is difficult to the humans, having bits, patterns of bits, zeros and ones format. So we are moving to assembly level language. In assembly level language, we are using some mnemonics, special alpha numerical symbols, which are called as mnemonics. We are using mnemonics in assembly level language. For example, see, if you want to uh, perform addition, so how can you perform addition of two numbers 3 and 5? So generally we, as a human, in orally we are calculating 3 plus 5 equal to, or 5 plus 3 equal to 8. So we have to give this kind of instructions to the computer. How can we give? Okay, so by using assembly level language, we are using some mnemonics. So to help of mnemonics, we are giving some instruction to the system. How can we are giving? Here add. See the example here, add, ADD. So ADD is, it is nothing but addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers. What are the two numbers? Directly numbers taken, numerical numbers taken. So here 3 and 5. So 3 and 5. 5 plus 3 can be stored in result. So this is source and this is destination. Okay, so here also subtraction. This is source and this is destination. If you want to perform subtraction, 2 minus 1, you are getting 1 as a result, and that result can be stored in the result part. Okay, so these are the instructions given to the computer so that the computer can able to solve the problems. Okay, so assembly level language, this is assembly level language. So how can you give the, how the mission can be understand this assembly level language? Okay, so if you want to understandable format, if you want to give understandable format, definitely one program is required to convert the assembly level language to low level feature. That means low level language. Definitely one program is required here. So that program is nothing but assembler. Okay, so because of see this point, because of alphanumerical symbols, assembly language, which is also known as symbolic programming language, and the use of mnemonic keys, which is an advantage over machine language. Since the computer can't understand assembly language, it uses another program called assembler. What is the duty of assembler here? So assembler can be used to convert the alphanumerical symbols written in assembly language into machine language. So here alphanumerical symbols, suppose add is one of the mnemonic, subtraction is one of the mnemonic. These kind of symbols can be converted into machine level language so that the machine can directly execute it on the computer. Okay, so this is the process of assembly. Some disadvantages are also there by using assembly level language. So assembly level language having these, see the disadvantages. There are no symbolic names for memory locations. Okay, and it is very difficult to read. And assembly language is machine dependent, making it difficult for portability. So here observe the machine dependent. What is meant by machine dependent? Okay, first of all, we have to know machine dependent and machine independent. What is machine dependent and what is machine independent? Machine dependent means you are created one software. You want to run that software. Okay, so that software can be performed on local computer. So that is dependent on only your computer. Then it can be treated as a machine dependent. Okay, you machine dependent. So for example, if your software is able to run any system, that means different systems having different operating systems. So if your created software is able to run on different systems, then it can be treated as a machine independent, because you are creating once and run anywhere in the system. Okay, so this is nothing but machine independent. So assembly language is machine dependent only, so that it is very difficult for portability feature. Here for portability means you can run the software. Once you created the software, you can run on anywhere. Create once, run on anywhere. But here assembly level language does not meet the portability feature, so that it is machine dependent only. So this is one of the disadvantages of assembly level language. So that we are moving from assembly level language to high level programming language. See, high level programming language, so which is understandable by the human language. um, so human language generally English statements. Okay, so in English, how you are reading, some words are grouped together, just like that. So a high level language is also human understandable language, but not machine understandable. That means machine understandable means zeros and ones only, but high level programming language having English statements. So we are as a programmer, we are passing instructions in the form of high level programming language. So those instructions can be given to the computer, but in middle of the system and programmer, we need a special program to convert that high level programming language to low level programming language, that is um, machine level language. Definitely we need a program to convert high level to low level. So here we use compiler. Okay, so one translator definitely we are using here. So that is in C, we generally in C we use compiler. So compiler, what is the duty of compiler? The compiler can be used to convert a high level programming language to low level programming language, which is written by the programmer. So generally the programmer can pass the instructions in the form of English statements only. So the the process where you are converting high level programming language into machine language is known as compilation process. So in compilation process, we are performing so many steps to convert an instruction which is in high level to low level. Okay, so low level. Already we discussed these things and in C, how to compile, how to convert a high level program into low level program. Okay, so first of all, what you are giving, some instruction you are giving to the to some instruction you are giving to the computers. That instruction can be pre-processed first. So after pre-processing, the compiler can be converted into assembly code, and assembler take the responsibility of the assembly code and convert into the low level feature by adding some library routines with the help of linker and loader, right? So this is about the general basics about program and programming languages. Here one question we raised here. So today in real world we have so many programming languages, Why we are learning Python? Okay, why we are going to learn Python, C++, Java? So here only one thing is there. So each and every programming language having some features, some good features. Based on the user requirement, which language is suitable for creating a software, then that kind of language can be chosen by the programmer. Okay, so which is language suitable, so that language can be selected by the programmer to create a software. That's it. So C++, Java and Python, C#, so many programming languages are there. Okay, so you just compared all these languages. So C having some features. Okay, so C and C++, also, it is extension of C, but having some object-oriented features. Okay, Python also. Python is one of the object-oriented programming language. Okay, for example, I will show one thing, the comparison between languages.